Welcome to another CEO Wisdom podcast. We have Giovanna Melfi with us. She is founder and CEO at Verba Communications. We're going to talk about change. We're going to talk about women leaders, wow, that's a complex word. Metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
In business. She's live from Dubai, by the way, in UAE. So I'm going to talk about that too. This podcast brought to you by potfire.com. If you want to start scale, be invited to a podcast like this one, potfire.com. Giovanna, welcome to the pod. Can you tell me a bit more about yourself and your business?
Sure, absolutely. Hi, thank you for having me, Charles. Super excited to be in your podcast. I've been a while in the business, so I'm going to try to be brief. I am a CEO and founder of Verba Communications. We are a small boutique firm dedicated to investor relations, brand communication, and event management in the Web3 sector. Majority, we have clients into crypto, metaverse, NFT, decentralized finance, and digital art. I am a former executive of a luxury brand. I'm educated to be a diplomat, and then I became an ambassador for big brands for many years. I've been, in the past 10 years, I founded Metamorphosis Beats, who does business and digital transformation out of Hong Kong, where I was based before the pandemic. Then from the pandemic onwards, I moved to the Middle East, where I founded Verba Communications. I've been in the digital and tech space for the past 10 years. I've been doing Web 2, so website, CMO in different brands, and SEO, SEM, and digital marketing. And then I bring a lot of brands from brick and mortar to website. And now I'm moving, bridging from Web 2 to Web 3. So from the website, e-commerce to the metaverse.
Very cool. And that's really popular in Dubai, right? Like the Web3 ecosystem. How is it living in Dubai and how's it growing?
Well, look, Dubai is pretty buzzing. I'm sure that I don't say nothing that people knows already. And it does because predominantly technology and innovation thrives from the government level to the private sector. There is a lot of going on because the market is extremely open-minded, open in terms of adoption. And so this is one of the reasons why everyone around the globe, they're coming to Dubai. I must admit that as a CEO is also quite inspiring to be here because you have to always be envisioning and strategize for the long term, not only for the short term. And definitely this is a market to be. The region is exploding for business models and business reasons, not only in technology and innovation.
What about luxury? Why did you get into it? And do you still get into it nowadays?
Yes, I do. And I think that when you are in the luxury industry, you're always refined enough to understand where brands are and what is make successful. Today, for example, a lot of luxury brands, they move in from website and e-commerce to the metaverse. So I'm building marketplaces in the metaverse where you can purchasing. Like in the past, 10 years ago, I was building e-commerce in marketplaces for products. So it's just a new vision to see how you can sell your own product in a different environment. And definitely more and more companies, they're shifting and they're moving to the new technologies. So definitely, yes, I am. And it's very exciting to see how we move in together.
Right. And the investor part in you, what do you invest nowadays?
So I'm doing investor relations. So predominantly I'm connecting VC investors, angel investors, and family offices through founders. So I'm most probably, what I can say, I'm in the intermediator or the catalyst. I make sure the founders, they're ready for investors, any kind of investors, not only pre-seed and seed, but also up to IPO level. And then I'm connecting investor with legitimate projects. As you know, there are many founders out there. There are many builders, especially now that we are in bear market. but not everybody is ready for investors. So you need to have your product ready, you need to be market ready, you need to be profitable, you need to have your MVP ready, not only beta testing. So, and that one is not for everybody. A lot of people out there is building, but you need to be ready market building. You cannot just build an idea. You cannot just wake up and decide to create a product. You need to be market fit. And this one is not really for everybody. So what I'm doing is I make sure that both parties, they are ready to connect with each other. One part to have a right product for the right market, and the other one to have the right money for the right product.
The activist part of things, like what are you bullish on in terms of causes nowadays, and what is dear to your heart?
Well, I must admit that I'm coming from a Gen X part of the business, and also as a woman, we need to recognize that we have very long way to go, because a lot of the women-led startups that I'm supporting, they are not really getting the attraction and getting the money they deserved. And this one is predominantly because we are run by a Silicon Valley mindset, where predominantly is male generated, and also it's somehow speculative. So basically, as a women, we are risk-free. We are doing what is necessary for business as much as society. So we are driven by also a lot of causes, but we also creators, as we are creators by nature, by the way, as a mother. So, and we always strive to make a product that is fit for what is the market need. The problem is not a lot of speculators out there want to invest in women-led startups, and they don't see it how we are. So I'm an activist because I do women empowerment for the last 15 years. I've been running voluntary programs as much as incubator and accelerator programs for women-led. And also I've been running conferences around the globe for women, to give opportunity to women to speak. And I'm very proud to be also part of the Women in Tech movement. I'm part of the Women's Forum for the Economy and Society movement. So there is also a part that institutionalized. So there is a lot of government pushing for it. And I think we have a lot of road ahead, to be honest with you, Charles. It's not that so simple like everybody thinks.
Yeah. And how do you feel the progress is happening towards women entrepreneurs and CEOs in the Middle East?
To be honest with you, despite what is the general propaganda of the media, there are a huge amount of women CEO and huge amount of women entrepreneurs here, mainly because in the Middle East, women, they are usually pushed up to PhD level. So I'm meeting doctors, women doctors every day, which is amazing. Majority of the women here, they are engineering. So no doctor as a doctor, medical doctor, but more doctor as an engineer. They are extremely clever. They are working behind the scenes. So they are not so visible and they are not so much into the marketing kind of women of, for example, can be in the Western country of the US, but they are really trailblazers. I mean, they are working very hard. They are creative innovation. And they don't do a lot of advertisement about it. This is definitely the difference.
You've worked at a bunch of luxury brands like Prada, Ralph Lauren, Saint Laurent, Gucci, Burberry. What did you learn from your time there on how to market a luxury brand?
I think that predominantly what I learned is how it's important to have a brand. I think that a lot of people underestimate the name that you give to your company, how brand is essential, and how to create from the name of the brand, to the iconic of the brand, to the communication, to the voice of the brand. Even when you're doing a press release or me talking about myself, is important the tone that you set up. And not many companies today do that. They prefer to give more importance to the product, more important to the problem solving. But I have to be honest with you, these brands has been here for a while, almost a century, and they are here for a reason. It's not only the product, but it's also the brand, the communication of the brand, the consistency of the communication, and the logo is all about the logo, as you may know.
Right. What are your top 3 goals for this year?
Look, I think that most importantly, I am here in the Middle East to break through and to really try to tackle a unicorn, which is my main focus right now. I'm really looking for the next unicorn in the Middle East that can break through. Secondly, I want to definitely support the region to developing in different sectors because they have the talent to do so, and I really want to work with them. And third and last, most probably have the strategy and vision for the next 5 years at least, because I believe to be in the region where it's going to be a change maker for the next 5 years, certain. Maybe even 10, but let's start with 5.
There you go. Where can people find out more about you, Joe?
Well, definitely LinkedIn. I'm pretty active, and please looking for me, Giovanna Melfi. As you can imagine, it's not that easy to find, or too easy or difficult to find because I'm Italian by born. And also verbacoms.com, which is my company, Verba Communications website. We are definitely in Twitter, LinkedIn. We are pretty active also in Instagram. Verba Comunica 7 is our logo. So looking for us, most welcome, connect with us. We are super happy to hear change maker and game changers around the globe.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm Charles Cormier, host, founder. WisdomPodcast.com is where you can find us.